The pervasive and elusive element of time is something that we all wish we had more of, according to a study published in Psychology Today. It revealed that 80% of working and non-working adults admit that they wish they had more time to spend with their family and friends. Scientists who have studied this trend closely have even coined the term time famine to describe this population of concerned people who are concerned with the overwhelming feeling of work and life. As an epigenetic lifestyle coach, Laurie Kaplan creates bespoke health and wellness plans based on the wisdom of your own DNA. Simply stated, Kaplan shows you how your genes can lead to your plan towards prosperity. Kaplan says no matter what your goals are in life, having the ability to be in touch with your genes and know what they are is your roadmap towards prosperity in life. And she helps her clients construct a roadmap which will help them maximize their own definition of success. She's also a farmer in Illinois who says the farm life helped her in her healing journey after an abusive relationship and helped her to reclaim her life. And if you're ever in the mood for goat yoga, Kaplan says that you ought to pay her a visit. Are you intrigued to learn more about how Kaplan lives both her personal and professional life and have an intriguing conversation about your gene pool and how it's interconnected to your happiness? If you answered yes to any of those questions today, you're in luck because Kaplan found some time to get off her farm for just a brief moment to sit down and have a chat with me about utilizing your gene pool to find prosperity, her farm life, yoga, and so much more. So let's head down to Central Illinois to have a conversation with Kaplan about life, genes, family, and so much more. Without further delay, I'm Kevin McShann. Let's have this conversation. I'll take a moment to welcome you to the program, and I'm super excited to learn how you help people navigate their health and wellness by using their genes. Great to see you this morning, and thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, Kevin.
Absolutely. Now, I know you create bespoke health and wellness plans based on people's genes, so I'm wondering if you can tell me all about the good work that you do.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really exciting. As you know, people look for the best diet plan and they try all these different things. And a lot of times it doesn't work. They lose weight and then they gain it back. And it's just not the right program for them for whatever reason. So by looking at your genetics, you're able to see what your own body really wants. And based on their goals, I'm then able to look at the genes and say, there's road signs along the map. It's kind of, think of a map. It's like a treasure map of you. So I'm able to look at the signs and say, okay, you've got these genes that we want to either turn up or turn down. And we're going to do that by using these foods and these lifestyle modifications. Once we see that, then I help the person incorporate these changes into their life over time.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a dietitian and nutritionist, I know that you're also focused on helping your clients really define what their level of happiness is based on data and science, and creating a plan which works for them. So I know that each individual person is different. So I'm fascinated to ask you about the sort of makeup from a personality standpoint of people, and how exciting it is to work with a whole swath of different types of people.
I love it. I get to know my clients really deeply. A dietitian works with all areas of their health. And when we look at the genes, we can see the genes that contribute to mental health or stressors, or how they handle the stressors in their life. And I really, I find it a deep honor to work with people at this level, and they really let me into their lives. And it's fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, let's dive deeper just in creating that sense of relationships and trust. I know that it's important to you to hold to safeguard that closely, isn't it? To safeguard their trust and building meaningful relationships. It makes a difference, doesn't it?
Very much so. Like I said in the beginning, these people have tried a lot of different plans and they're frustrated, and they might be in pain or have other serious health issues. So developing that trust is key in helping them succeed with the plan that we create.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you also categorize your work on helping people create sort of a roadmap and framework, and once they've discovered what their genetics are, you're able to shift their living the life that they want. So talk to me about creating that roadmap and how you have done it for yourself as well.
Yeah. So it's looking at the whole person. We look at the genes, we look at how they're feeling, how they're showing up, those roadmaps of certain genes that have higher impact, and develop the tools to support those. And then it's stepping back and looking really at the whole person from a holistic level. So my passions, I firmly believe we're born with passions, whether we discover them or not, and pursue them, that comes into play. But my passions are music and horses. And so I'm able to incorporate those in my life. And when I do, I'm able to then show up at a higher level for my clients and myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Laura, I always say that once you discover your passion, you don't work a day in your life. And I know that for you, animals and riding horses and a little bit of goats and the farm life is your passion. And I know that you're currently training for a derby. So tell me about the farm life. I know you've been riding since you were 5 years old. So tell me, why do you like being on the farm so much?
It's so healing. It's quiet. I'm 10 minutes from town, so I'm not far away from, groceries and whatever you need. But you step through the gates and it's like your shoulders just drop. You sigh. The weight of the world goes away. You walk in the woods and feel the healing of nature. And the animals are usually doing something amusing. So laughter raises our frequency and makes us smile, which can help turn on all kinds of genes that improve our health.
Yeah, and I know that attending to your farm provided you solace once you were after your divorce, because I know that it was a pivotal turning point in your life. So I'm wondering if you could share that with me this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. The sense of responsibility that I have to take care of these animals, it's easy to get stuck in our head and feel bad about what might be happening in our life. But knowing that these animals rely on me, what helps me, has always helped me get out of my head. Way back when I was a little girl riding horses, they're my focus and they need my care. And at different times they need more care, especially when the sheep are lambing, when they're having their babies. And it helps me get out of my head. And it also confirms that I'm doing the right thing because the place is thriving.
Yeah, absolutely. And Laurie, tell me more about this derby that you're training for. It sounds so fascinating.
Yeah. So it's called the Gaucho Derby, and it's a 500-kilometer horse adventure race in Patagonia. It's going to be held in February of 2023, and I'll be down there for about 3 weeks. The race is 8 or 9 days, and we ride all day from 8 to 6, and we use the horses that are there in Patagonia, and then we camp in the mountains at night. So.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, tell me about your sense of adventure and where that comes from as well.
I think everything ties back to genes. I don't know what adventure gene there actually is, but it's just, I feel alive. I feel like when I'm doing these things, even though they're pushing me, this is going to be intense for sure. I feel like my cells are living at their highest level. It just feels exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Laurie, I wanted to ask you about your thoughts on the COVID pandemic as well, and how our genes are interrelated to helping us get over sort of that traumatic event that we all went through. How do you think people can restart their lives after COVID?
Yeah, it was traumatic for all of us, and some of us worse than others. So just crazy time in our world. I think for me, it really supports the fact that you need to follow your passions, not necessarily in an irresponsible way, but we just don't know. These things are going to happen. This is the biggest thing that certainly happened in my lifetime. Thus far. So I think really following those passions, getting true to yourself, getting quiet, going within, and trying to shut out the noise and follow the things that make you feel alive, because this life is short.
You only have one life to live. I always say that the best way that we can celebrate life is maximizing every moment, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely, and I know that, as I said earlier, one of the ways that you maximize life is living on a farm, and I know it's about 60 acres, and you've got everything from sheep and lamb to raising chickens for their eggs and getting meat as well. So tell me about the farm life and being a farm person, because I know it's a lifestyle, isn't it?
It's very much a lifestyle. Yeah. When I travel, I have to get a farm sitter. So it's a huge commitment. And there's times of the year when it's a lot more work than others. I'm here by myself a fair amount of time. I do have some folks that help. So it's a big responsibility. But I also feel lucky. Every day I look up, look out, I see the fields. There's animals, birds, hawks, eagles. It's just incredible. I feel incredibly lucky that I get to live this life on my farm.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also know you're into horse yoga as well. That sounds so exciting as well. So tell me, do the horses always behave themselves during horse yoga? And what do you get out of it?
Oh, so this is amazing. So somebody's holding the horse. They're not just wandering around. So I've got one horse who's very chill. All she wants to do is eat. She's not trying to get away anywhere. So, but the magic of connecting with horses and horse yoga, what I found is that when we slow our breath down, they calm down. Their hearts have the ability to connect with ours on an electrical level. And so that's why you see horses used in a lot of therapy, PTSD therapy, therapy for autism, for all kinds of issues that help people calm down, calm their hearts and minds down. And horses, we've been given a gift with horses in that because they do that. So when you're trying a pose on the horse's back, if you're nervous, she's going to be nervous. So it teaches you, okay, if I want to do this, I need to slow my breath, focus, go in. Again, it's releasing the stress that's going on out here so you can have that magical connection with the horse.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Laurie, as a registered dietitian, I'm curious to ask you about habits and really creating those good habits from a nutritional standpoint that are sustainable. How do you think people can achieve that?
Just tiny, tiny steps. I always recommend to many of my clients the book by BJ Fogg, Tiny Habits. It's really taking the top thing on your goal list, the first thing that needs to shift. Perhaps it's sleep, and shifting the habits around your sleep. Maybe you want to go to bed a half an hour earlier. So what do you need to do to prepare your day in order to achieve that? So it's just tiny things, not making a huge list of all these habit changes, and then only doing that one for a while, not introducing another one just yet until that one feels incorporated into your life.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Laura, I'm also wondering your thoughts on what it means to maximize the most out of life and really achieve your own definition of prosperity.
I think sometimes it's doing nothing because we're always in this go, 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 go. I got to get the, check the list off. And there are obviously things that need to get done, but then we're on the treadmill, the proverbial gerbil wheel, hamster wheel. I think it's just sometimes sitting and looking at what you have. Gratitude, we hear it all the time. Just noticing now in this moment, look at all that I have currently and appreciating that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Laurie, the word prosperity has different meanings for different people. It's defined differently for different people. So when you look at the word prosperity for your own life, how do you define the word?
Oh, that's a good one. I think prosperity and being able to do the things that I love, being prosperous and waking up and living the life that I choose and being able to share that with others. Obviously, monetary, prosperity is important. I think that's very important to be able to help others and expand yourself, travel, learn. But I think it's prosperity and abundance is really being able to choose the life that you want.
Yeah, absolutely. And Laurie, you said that your travels, both domestically and internationally, allowed you to connect with your clients on a different level. So I'm wondering if you could share that with me today.
Yeah, I think I know travel teaches us really a global perspective. I was fortunate. I was able to live in Germany. In high school, I worked in Ireland, riding horses. I lived in Japan for a brief time, traveled other places. And I think perspective is the key. And to be able to connect with different clients who are coming from different walks of life, having that perspective is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. And Laurie, I know you're a mom, and I know that the two boys in your life are your pride and joy. So tell me about being a mom and the best part of that as well.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, my boys, bring tears to my eyes. They're amazing. Yep. They're both off in college, and I'm an empty nester, but they're in the places that they're supposed to be. And I'm so proud of them. They're lovely young men. They think I'm cool, which is great.
That's a victory for mom, isn't it?
Yeah. And we're friends. I mean, I'm their mom first, but they come to me and they're friends like me, which is really great. And I'm so blessed. I love them dearly.
I'm sure you do. And I hope they help on the farm on occasion too, right?
Yeah, they do when I ask them. One does more than the other. It's okay. One helps me more on the farm and one helps me in my business. So it's great.
Everything has a price, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. Laura, my final question for you this morning has to do with your own personal and professional legacy and how you want that to be defined.
So as I work with each person one-on-one, I want to feel like I've provided them the foundation that they can always come back to. You know, we have a plan and that's wonderful, but life happens and we shift and fall off of it. And if I can provide them with that plan that they feel secure in and they know that's right for them, that would be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And Laurie, finally tell me, if people want to get connected with the good work that you do, how can they do that most effectively?
Yeah, so my website is geneticallynourished.com. You can also find me on Facebook, Laurie Kaplan, Instagram, I'm Genetically Nourished, and LinkedIn, I'm Laurie Kaplan. So any of those avenues.
Fantastic. Well, Laurie, I have to tell you, you're my first podcast of the day, and I couldn't think of a better way to kick off my day than traveling virtually to Central Illinois to have a conversation with someone so energetic as you. This was a lovely conversation, and I want to thank you for the good work that you do to help people get in touch with their health, wellness, and their dreams, Laurie. Your time and on my behalf and work in the space is most appreciated, and I want to thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much, Kevin. This has been wonderful. Great way to start my day.